This is Joey Baez's brag book that I've collected throughout my life. I appreciate you taking the time to watch this, and I hope you enjoy. Starting out here with my early days when I was in my early teens, I started a chocolate business with my mother, and I essentially bought a bunch of molds and went to church to sell candy to the parishioners. This is Joey Baez's brag book, things that I've collected throughout my life. I hope you enjoy. Starting out here with my candy business that I started back when my early teens. My mom and I were into making chocolate, and we bought a bunch of molds and were selling candy to my neighbors and the folks at church. By my second year, I was selling candy so much that our priest asked me to start contributing to the collection, and so I told him that I would if I was able to work the church bazaar. So that following year, I actually had my own candy booth selling Joey B chocolate bars and a variety of other chocolates back in my early teen years. And on the right hand side here you see one of my brochures. During college, my folks I had challenged with paying for college, so during my freshman year I started a detailing business my freshman year during the breaks, and by my senior year I was paying for my senior college year through the sales of my investments here with the auto detailing business. On the right-hand side is a recommendation letter after graduation that my superintendent wrote for me, and he actually was one of my detailing customers that I called proactively to pursue his business, and I ended up detailing his car throughout my college career. On the left here is another recommendation letter from my mayor of my local town, who also was a customer of mine that had both of his cars detailed during my college career. When I graduated from college, on the right-hand side here, my girlfriend at the time, now wife, Wendy, moved to Charlotte, North Carolina from Buffalo, New York. And this is a picture of my car that we drove down and where we slept. We didn't have any furniture or not much money to speak of, so this is kind of a little rendition of how we grew up here in Charlotte. On the left here is just a picture of myself when I went on my first real interview after college, looking pretty dapper and confident there. On the right-hand side, I was a member for several years at Toastmasters, and this is just a certificate that I completed their courses. On the right-hand side, this was my first job out of college, first sales job. It was at Moore, North America, and I was there for 10 years, and this is just a certificate of my training that I spent for 3 weeks up in Chicago, Illinois. On the left-hand side is another certificate of another course that I've taken for sales, and on the right-hand side was an HR sort of personality test, and essentially you asked a bunch of questions, and this provided kind of a detailed description of yourself, so I'll share the summary with you. Enjoys a challenge and seeks creative means to task accomplishments, results-oriented. Perfectionist tendency may impact effective time and management. Sociable but cautious in committing to close relationships. Aware of his impact on others. Low-key approach to self-promotion. Avoids direct confrontation in conflict situations. Ongoing and assertive communication style. Accepting of others' beliefs and values. Impulsive, good physical stamina, likely to use stress as a driver. Very competitive, protects a positive and confident attitude. And I have to admit that this report really kind of summed up what I felt my characteristics provide. On the right-hand side here, this is my first sales year, and these are just a couple of customer successes that my manager wrote to our district VP here in Charlotte, North Carolina. Some other letters that I've received throughout the years from our executives just congratulating me on some of my success. On the right-hand side is a graduate admissions form that I had to have completed before I attended school, and this came from my manager at the time, Sherman Madden. And one of the things that he wrote here, what would you list as the applicant's strongest characteristics? He's self-motivated, aggressive, strong work ethic, and trustworthy. On the next page of that same report, I'll read to you, Joey is an outstanding young man with many excellent traits I have seldom found in other young men and women similar age and background. If a task is assigned to Joey, it will be completed on time and in a thoughtful, thorough manner to the best of Joey's ability. Better yet, Joey is self-motivated enough to take the initiative without having to be told to do something. Joey uses his imagination and creativity to find ways to successful situations where others have failed. Joey can be impatient occasionally, but always is professional and mature when those situations arise. Joey has always worked well with his peers, those who complete tasks for him, and those whom he reports to. Joey will be an outstanding addition to your program. On the right-hand side, just another letter from my manager providing examples of some successes that I've had. Same thing here on the left. Another success that I had in my territory while at Moore. And then on the right-hand side was an idea that I came up with. I closed one of the largest contracts, print management contracts, within a particular account here in Charlotte. And I provided this newsletter to all the employees at that particular customer so they could be aware of the new print management program that we provided. On the right-hand side, this is my ranking mid-year, and I was already at midway through the year at 72% year-to-date of my budget. This is an appraisal from my boss, and what he said is, Joey, after a great job at 96, you have not missed a lick. 97 looks like to be a stellar year. You are ahead in every category. Your hard work and perseverance are definitely paying off. Keep up the momentum. Going to Hawaii will be a great reward. On the right-hand side is my end of the year ranking for 1997. I was 7th out of 725 reps at Moore North America. This is a letter from one of my customers that provided examples of some of the things that I've done and thanking me for all of my help. On the left-hand side, this is just from another customer, actually providing another example of how I helped them achieve what they were trying to accomplish within their company. On the right-hand side, this is my ranking from 1996. I am 82 out of 667. This was my second year of making my achievement with Moore. Just a picture of the trip that we took back in '99 for winning sales excellence, and it was at Disney's Contemporary Resort. This was a letter from our district VP explaining or providing congratulations for winning the achievement to Disney World. On the right-hand side, just something from my third manager while I was at Moore, and just saying that I was Rep of the Month and I've closed 309% over quota. On the left-hand side, just another letter from a manager, Sherman, explaining that I was over my quota for that month. On the right-hand side, same thing, another Rep of the Month honors to Joey Baya for being 149% to quota. Another one here on the left, Rep of the Month. On the right-hand side, this is just a letter providing a clock that you received after so many years of service at Moore. Just another email from my manager at Moore, and one of the things that he said that I thought was rather encouraging. Ask him how 2 years of calling on the same account is worth the persistence. That was a deal that I closed back then of significant value, and he's just congratulating me on my sales. My 1999 President's Club standing report final here on the right-hand side is myself at 145% over quota, ranking me in the 7th spot within the entire company. On the left-hand side, just another ranking report providing my month-to-month and year over last. And in '99, I finished $1.5 million. The year prior, I was at $855,000. And my entire territory when I started was at 0. So I grew that territory from 0 to 1.5 in 3 short years back in '99. On the right hand side, this is just a picture of all the sales excellence winners. And on the left hand side, this is just another picture of the executives at Moore with my award. And on the right hand side, this is just another award that I won halfway through the year that brought me to Charleston, South Carolina. This is from our president on the left hand side, congratulating me on being 145% to quota. And on the right hand side, this is another congratulatory from my manager and saying I earned my 4th achievement club in a row. On the left, this is the documentation from 2000 of my final standings, and that provided my 4th year in a row, as I said earlier. And on the right-hand side, there was an ongoing joint between myself and Terry Stewart, who was the district VP, and he more or less wrote the same letter to me every year, but just changed the date. So this is just another letter that he wrote back in January 2001, congratulating him on my 4th achievement. On the left-hand side, just another letter back in 2001 explaining my percent increase over a year prior, and that was 442% over quota year prior. On my right-hand side, this is an evaluation form from my manager providing testimonials of how well I've been doing. This is a note from my 5th manager at Moore, Chris Seal, who just provided appreciation for all my hard work and growth in 2002. On the right-hand side is a contract that I mentioned earlier for Compass Group. It was one of the largest print management deals for our office and certainly for the company, and pretty much the largest contract that I've ever signed in my career. It was valued at about $1.5 million. On the left-hand side is from the same customer who was my coach and more or less was the one that very much helped me provide the sales that I received out of that account, and he's just explaining to some of his coworkers of why and how to use our contract. On the right hand side was a certificate of achievement for training for 2 weeks at ADP. Another certificate from ADP from further training for ongoing strategic selling training. And on the right hand side, this is just a stack ranking for one of the months that I was there, and it shows that I was at 99%. This was my 1st year. On the left hand side, this was from our area vice president congratulating me on a large payroll deal that I had during that same year. And on the right hand side, this is my ranking for the year. I'm at 102% for ADP. This is just another stack ranking for the year, and I am at 147% for fiscal year 05. Same thing, just another month ranking, and I was at 197 for that calendar year or that fiscal year. This is a congratulatory from our Southeast Division Vice President, congratulating me on a payroll deal that I closed, Sofa Express. And same thing on the left-hand side, just another congratulation on one of the months that I had a successful month. And on the right-hand side, our company would send out messages to the entire company when payroll deals were closed, and this just happens to be one for Defender Services that I was involved with back at ADP. Here's another one for Sofa Express, same situation, another large payroll deal. And here's one for Merchandise Corporation of America. This one was totaled $330,000. This is a picture of our Delta V class when I started back in June of 2005 for Ethicon Endosurgery. On the left-hand side is a picture of our field sales training class in March of 2008. I also have taken several marketing classes within the organization, and this is just a course completion for marketing acceleration course that I completed up at the Institute. This is my ranking for 2006 I was ranked 18th and making my forecast for that first year while I was here at Ethicon. On the left-hand side, just from my manager, Philip Parker, what a rockin' first 5 months it's been. With news like this, I can almost cough without tears coming from my eyes. Thank you, team. Congratulations for the top spots. Go to Mr. Dieterle, Mr. Bai, and Mr. Starr. Outstanding. And that year, I happened to be 183% over my number for capital, which I've been over my number for capital every year that I've been here at Ethicon/Mamatome. On the right-hand side is my ranking. This is for 2007. I finished 18th, again making my forecast for the second year in a row. On the left-hand side was a contest that we had for our division, and I won a flat screen TV for being the highest over my MST8, over handheld, MR, and Coremark sales. To the right is my final ranking for 2008. I again made my forecast for the third time, ranking number 27th in the entire company. And on the right hand side is my ranking for 2009, finishing number 1 as the breast care specialist of the year. And this is a letter from both our area vice president and as well as the Eastern Director, Mark Bland, providing their congratulations to me on the left-hand side. In 2011, this is our final ranking. I was ranked number 4, and this was my 5th forecast achievement and my 2nd award for winning a trip. This is just another certificate of attendance for the field sales training class on the right-hand side. On the left is some pictures from when we went up at one of our meetings up in Lake Placid. And on right side, this is a letter from one of my technologists at my Mamatone customer, just providing a testimonial on how much I've helped them. And she provided it to my boss, Philip Parker. On the right-hand side, just another kind of a compliment to the work that I've done for 8 Gauge and providing help to others. On the right-hand side, just some more examples of communications between my surgeons and radiologists, and thanking me for some of the educational opportunities I provided. Same thing here on the left, another radiologist thanking me for being around and helping him with his patients. This is from Bonnie Ribb, our vice president at the time, and just providing congratulations for closing and converting a Searles account with 2 units. And during my tenure, I have converted over 10 competitive stereotactic customers while I've been here at Mamatome. This is from one of our managers, Shoni Quayles, just congratulating me on my promotion to Senior Breast Care Specialist. Another manager on the right-hand side, Steve Johnson, provided me a congratulations to the Senior Breast Care Specialist title. Same with Daoud, providing me with just a thank you for all my contributions and congratulating me for the senior level position. This is from Nate Torres, thanking me for participating in the Delta V class, which I probably have done maybe over 10 training involvements with the classes throughout the years, and this is just Nate, who was at the time involved with that. This is for Wayne Craig, congratulating me on providing a Mamatone to one of our customers. And on the right-hand side, just from a couple of surgeons providing me with a testimonial of how much they appreciate my help. Some more testimonials from other physicians that have thanked me for being around. And on the right-hand side, this is from one of my customers also for thanking me for providing stereotactic CE credits for a class that I provided to them. Some more testimonials from other physicians that that provided thank yous for sending them out educational opportunities. Same thing on the right. Some more testimonials from other physicians, both on the left-hand side and the right-hand side, providing information and technical training during their cases. Some more from Dr. Becker, who's at one of my largest customers that I converted back from 11 gauge to 8 gauge, which was one of our strategic probes back at the time. And he just telling me how much he loves the cores and how much faster it is for him. So he was very appreciative of that. Same thing on the right hand side, another radiologist providing testimonials for my help. Some more testimonials that I have provided help to some of my customers. A letter here on the lower left hand side thanking me for my involvement back at the Sales Mastery training course up in Cincinnati that I participated in. And on the right hand side, this is just some of the best practices that I've shared throughout my career here at Mammotone, and these are some of the DMs that have provided testimonial back appreciating my help. This was involving the 8 gauge and why to use it, and providing testimonials that I put together for the company. On the right hand side, this is just from my manager explaining how much he likes to see feedback from the customers, and he was copied on this and just sent me a message to congratulate me. This is from Julie Horning on the left hand side, providing a testimonial of organizing and spearheading this project for 8 gauge. And what she said was, "I'm very impressed with your follow-up with the BCS and keeping me in the loop. I look forward to seeing you in the final results." Another collaboration that I had with the managers, and this is just kind of a recap from Perry Norris, who was the manager at the time, forwarding one of my messages that I sent to the entire sales organization. This is from Mark Bland, our area director, and just providing some testimonial from Nate Torres, who was the sales development manager at the time, and some of the feedback that I provided, which was all very, very good from the students in the class. On the right-hand side is just some more communication with some of our strategic partners. It just happened to be, this is from our EES or Ethicon folks on the other side in surgery, providing some testimonials and thanking me for some of their help that they needed. This is from manager Sharon Gillespie, another collaboration that I had with the managers in the sales force regarding my email strategies. On the right-hand side, just some more testimonials from those reps that actually employed the strategy of email strategy. Another testimonial from Diane Grogan saying how much she appreciates my help and how I've helped her throughout the years. On the right-hand side, same thing, just another testimonial from other reps around the country that have utilized some of my tools. Same thing here from Mark Bland on the left-hand side, more congratulatory for sharing ideas and helping others. On the right-hand side, this is from Daoud Asari, just providing some forward messaging from me that provided help to the sales force, and he's just putting his added information on there to his team. On the left-hand side, this is an example of what I showed the reps on why to use email. I was having difficulty trying to reach this particular customer, and if you noticed on the left-hand side, there is a date of 10/15, and I emailed her at that time, and then by 10:25, she responded with the information that I needed. On the right-hand side, this is just another testimonial from a manager providing information about some of my strategies and deploying them and why it works. And this is just a manager explaining, how to do it. Here's another rep on the left-hand side, Keith Reed, providing a testimonial back to me on how it's worked for him. And on the right-hand side, here's a message from Bonnie Ribb, our vice president. Congrats on a great win. Persistence does pay off. Another testimonial from a rep, Tom Knox. He just providing his thank yous and appreciation for some of the ideas that I provided to him throughout the years. This is some testimonials back from some of the other reps that utilize some of my 8-gauge testimonials. This is from another rep asking for more information about some of my sales strategies. And throughout my tenure here, I would say that I've been actively involved with many different reps throughout the country that call me daily for advice and help with their respective territories. And this is just one example. On the right-hand side, these are from Mark Bland, just congratulating me and thanking me for my help. On the left-hand side, this is one of the letters or information that I found off the internet when I read, and provided this because it was local to the Buffalo, New York rep, and just provided the information to them so they could have some intelligence about their respective hospital. And she just emailed me back to thank me. On the right-hand side, this is my strategy for how to close capital, and this is the manager forwarding it on to his team and other managers on why they should deploy this strategy. This is from David Dearly, just giving me a thank you note to congratulate and appreciate the things that I've done and thanking me for my efforts. This is from Aaron Pinnell, and this is just providing information back to me and thanking me for some of the help that I provided at his Delta V class and why it helps and why it works. On the left-hand side, this is a note from one of my technologists. I just happened to be at the particular case, a Suros account, and was converting them to Mammotone at the time, and they had difficulty with getting the breast in compression, and so I was there to assist and maneuvering the breast and utilizing our utility probe, and we're able to get the density out and essentially finding the cancer, which ultimately was positive, and that's what she's explaining here in this letter. And just another note here on the right-hand side from Mandy Zemer, providing my teamwork and how I've helped my peers and what it's meant to them. On the left-hand side, just a letter. I was kind of joking around with my manager, Philip Parker, at the time. They just provided a note back when I converted one of the accounts, and it was acknowledging that they've returned the Suros unit to Ethicon. So I just made a joke about we need to have more of those. And on the right-hand side is just another example from Nate Torres on another Delta V class that I was involved with training and thanking me for my time. On the left-hand side is another note from Nate Torres for my help to one of the Delta V training classes. And on the right-hand side, this is from Neil Ebner, who was also one of the trainers, and just explaining his thanks and appreciation for me being there. And it just so happens that I did get a survey back, and it looked like 100% of the people enjoyed my portion of the training here at this particular Delta V class. On the left-hand side, this is just some comments and information that I had provided to the Delta V class and some of my strategies that I use in providing that documents to the class attendees. On the right-hand side, this is just a letter from one of my radiologists thanking me for my help. And what it says is, this letter is to commend Joseph Joey Baya for a significant contribution he's made over the years to our breast interventional service at Carolina Medical Center Northeast. He has assisted in providing us with the latest of equipment and training in this important area of radiology. Moreover, he has always made himself available to coach us when performing new procedures such as MRI guided biopsies. On multiple occasions, he spent hours by our side whenever we requested to assure that our initial difficult cases were successful. I was recently afforded the opportunity to attend a day-long workshop in the breast MRI diagnosis and interventional at the University of Cincinnati Medical Center offered by Ethicon. Mr. Baya was gracious enough hosting during my visit and made every effort to assure that I came away with the knowledge and skill to elevate our medical center breast MRI interventional program to the next level. On the left-hand side, another letter from a physician just thanking me for my help and explaining how much the training that he's had has been very helpful, and that they should start doing mammatome procedures as well. On the right are just lots of letters that I've received from reps and folks within my respective territory that have sent personal notes, and I've kept them here for my pleasure. On the right is just some examples of some of the things that I've used throughout my career here at Mammatone, and these are just some examples. This is a sales letter that I've provided and shared with others. On the left-hand side here is sort of a timeline of our procedure versus the competition. On the right-hand side is just another letter that kind of provides some of the advantages to our neoprobe. On the left-hand side, a similar type of letter that I would provide to some folks that were not using our equipment. On the right-hand side, this is just a testimonial from Kevin Cleary saying that Joey and Annette, never a week goes by without hearing about you both driving us to our 103 and lifting up others. Keep leading, keep helping, and if I can do anything to help, I'm here for you. Thanks for your leadership. Kevin. This is from Lucia Bueller, a group product director, just providing some of my tips and techniques online and providing it for the entire sales force. This on the right-hand side is from Jane Perry, and just explaining or providing thank you for a call that I had, a national sales call that I led. And what she says is, awesome call today. If the reps who couldn't join in don't emulate this method of communicating to their customers, they're missing out on a great opportunity. Joey, you did an excellent job conducting the call, reviewing how this method can be used and why, and as well as demonstrated how to execute. Very well done, no doubt helpful. I would certainly send this link to the recording out to all the West who weren't available to due to the time. Great job, Jane Perry. This is from Aaron Pinnell, who was my manager at the time, just providing some testimonials of things that I've provided and why they need to deploy this type of strategies that I'm using. On the right-hand side is just some more examples of some of the things that I've worked on that were really never around when I started here. This is just a proposal that went into detail of all the advantages our company provides to this particular account. Another rep just saying thank you for my help. And on the right-hand side, this was a collaboration between another company and Wayne Craig, and just wanted to thank me for putting together this sales piece that is now utilized with the entire sales force. And this is just a letter from Wayne explaining his appreciation. This is Bonnie Ribb, our VP, and just giving me a thank you for the project that I spoke about earlier. Joey, this is a very creative approach. This is a great way to create an opportunity for a conversation with a customer. Thanks for sharing. And here's the example on the right-hand side. This is from Mark Bland, just giving me some more appreciation and job well done. On the right-hand side, just another letter to the entire company regarding one of my strategies for email and MST8s. This is just a letter confirming from another manager, Julie Horning, talking about the 8-gauge strategy and why it works, and helping me with the process of getting testimonials in from other doctors from around the country. This is the actual document. There's over 20 physicians from around the country providing their testimonials on why they use our product, specifically the 8-gauge. And that is it. I appreciate you listening to this presentation.